Hey, how's it going? This is Tim Moore with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you as promised. I wanted to say thank you real quick, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to allow us to send this video to you and for talking to one of my team members about doing that. Now, sorry about that. I have the homepage of the website pulled up. What I kind of wanted to do here first is I always like to look at a Google search page here. And what I typed in to this page is Roofing Rapid City SD, so South Dakota. And this will allow me to figure out a company, right, or find a company to do this service for me in this area if I don't know one, right? And these are the people we want to be able to capitalize on and get them to turn eyes into our website or our Google business profile and get them to turn or to reach out to us and turn them into a paying customer, right? And we want to be able to be on the first page for the majority of the keywords of this variation that we can, is that again it'll allow more eyes to our company and our website. Now, with that being said, again, we want to be on the first page because 75 to 80% of people are going to stick on this page when it comes to choosing a company. Now, we can do that in a few ways. This first section we're seeing is ads. So ads is definitely a way you can do it. I think if you needed customers right here, right now, this would be a decent way, but overall, not great ROI over the long run. Reason being is about 80% of people typically are going to immediately disregard any ads they see on a Google search. I happen to be one of those people. I just don't think they seem as credible, and I think that's the main reason why. But with that being said, you can rank a couple ways organically, which I think is the best way. Again, long-term ROI, and you can do that whether it is with a Google Business Profile, through this map pack, or with a website down through here, right? Now, with this being said, if you can do both, it'll definitely help you. And if you're ranked within this map pack here, it's definitely going to help rank your website too, especially if they're linked together, which they should. But to do this, obviously, you need a Google Business Profile created, verified, 100% completely filled out. Make sure it's optimized to Google's liking. Make sure you keep it up to date too. You're always getting great reviews from your customers. You're responding to those reviews. You're getting pictures of the type of work that you guys do, of course, and everything down the road. All that stuff helps you out. There's also citations that you can build, which is your NAP, your name, address, and phone number, exactly as we see it on your Google Business Profile, in different locations across the web. Because we can kind of think of Google as a popularity contest. The more websites holding your information, typically the better in your case. Now, also we are able to rank your website as well. And obviously, this will bring in more eyes to your um, website or company overall in general as well. The main reason we obviously want to be able to do both to increase the eyes, but if you can't physically rank for an area just because you don't have an office there, so you can't create a Google Business Profile, the next best thing is going to be able to rank your website. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at your website real quick. I always like to take a look at specifically the homepage. Obviously, some main reasons is, of course, are things glitchy and things of that nature that can help or that can hinder you from being able to rank within Google. I'm not seeing any of that. I'm also seeing some great call to action buttons like this booking appointment up here. Also, a little chat box down here if need be, if somebody needs some help as well. I notice you have a blog too, which is going to help you bring in a lot more content. I love the service areas tab because this allows you to rank each of these different pages for the different areas that you provide services in. Now let's actually look at the content here on the home page. So we can see you have a decent amount of content overall when it comes down to it. Normally, Google likes to see 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on the home page alone. So it looks like you're probably within that sweet spot, which is always nice to see. But also, you want to look at some of your top competitors and see what they're doing, because sometimes you might be oversaturating or undersaturating. It kind of depends on the area too, and the amount of keywords that you are going to be able to input within your homepage as well. Is typically a rule of thumb is every 200 words of content you can have one of those buyer intent keywords, as long as your content is about the type of service that you guys provide typically. Now, we can go over to your top competitor here, at least when it comes to the website, Black Hills Exteriors. We can kind of look at their website too. They have some great call to actions. Both of your websites are pretty sleek looking. They even got a little glitchy YouTube video over here that isn't showing up perfectly how it should. But I think overall, content wise, they may be even a little bit, yeah, they're definitely a little bit less than you. So you may be oversaturating the content just a little bit. Um, but with that being said, too, one thing I noticed right off the bat between the two websites is there seem to be a little bit more branded, and by that I mean, it's more customized to them and not just kind of generic photos. And sometimes what that does is Google sees that and realizes, because we want this to look as organic as possible. We want this to look like you guys have actually built the website yourselves, okay? Because Google can recognize, a more generic site and can kind of throw up a red flag for it. And I think a little bit with some of these pictures and things like that, the pictures almost look a little generic. You got stuff like this, which will help, but possibly getting some more branded photos, of your guys' vinyl trucks or things of that nature could help you out big time, I think. Because I did see your About Us page. Let me, if I can click on it. And see, stuff like this will help. If you can get stuff like this on your homepage, more stuff more related just to you guys in general, I think that'll help you out too. It makes it look a lot more organic. You can see one of the other top competitors here, Wegner, as well. You can kind of see, their team photo, things of that nature is really going to help you out. Some more photos down here with their branding on it, kind of their team down here again. So all this stuff helps, right? It's not just one thing or the other. Because I was looking here, which I'll kind of go over here. This is a paid program I use called Ahrefs, but I went ahead and I threw your guys' URL and then what is it again? Black Hills Exteriors. I threw them into the same program too. Now you're doing fairly good in this aspect, right? So we have a DR and a UR rating here. So this is strength and trust ratings that Google gives your website. Now, normally, once you're within the 30s and 40s, that means you're a pretty powerful website at that point, which you're there. So, hats off to you there. That means you've built out good backlinks from good authoritative referring domains. So you've put time and effort into doing this. Now, sometimes too, you don't want to build these too fast or too slow. There's a sweet spot for that too to do this strategically. So it looks like you've done everything right here. I would just continue to do this. Again, do it at a slow and steady pace. You only got about 75 keywords. I would think with the areas that you serve, there's probably going to be more buyer intent keywords that you can use to definitely bring in the traffic that you want, because you're bringing in about 18 traffic per month on average. Okay. Now, if we come over to Black Hills, we can see their power and trust ratings are not going to be anywhere near yours, so they still have some time to build these out and to build more power and trust. Now, they do have about double the amount of keywords, and they're bringing in about 300 traffic-wise per month. Okay, so this kind of shows you basically what I was looking at. Your power and trust ratings look really good, so there's got to be something else going on that is allowing you to not be able to rank. And I think it may have to do with kind of that generic look to the website. I hate to say it like that, but that's kind of the feel that it gives me. So I would say try and get this to more of what we consider, customized to you guys in particular. I think that'll help you out. Continuing on this blog too, just making sure you're the top authority when it comes to commercial roofing information in the area as well, because content is a big thing. And you could probably bring in more keywords um, to your website as well. So we need to do some research to figure out what keywords your top competitors are using too, so you can bring in more traffic that way as well. Because you're doing great on the power and trust. There's nothing wrong there. We just got to do a little bit more digging to figure out exactly what we need to do to get your website to rank too. Another thing that's going to affect it a little bit as well. They're already doing well within their Google business profile, so Google recognizes that their website's linked over to here, so it's going to allow them to rank a little bit easier for their website too. So that could be one of the factors as well. Now, with all that being said, I hope there's some information you can use to help you out here. I hope I didn't overload you either. I have a tendency to do that sometimes. But other than that, I appreciate you allowing us to send this video over to you. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch all of it as well. And then if you have any questions or concerns, if you need me to elaborate on any of this, please feel free to reach out to me. Other than that, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you soon.